Hello everyone, in this video I am going to discuss the timing diagram of memory read and memory write machine cycles for 8085 microprocessor. In my previous video I have discussed the timing diagram of opcode fetch machine cycle. So I request all of you to please go through that video before going through this memory read and memory write timing diagram. Coming to this table which shows the condition of IO/M bar and S0 S1 for different operation of 8085 microprocessor. In this video we are concerned with memory read and memory write machine cycles. So for these two machine cycles the IO/M bar should be 0 because here we are dealing with the memory, and for reading operation in S1 and S0 should be 1 and 0 respectively, and for write operation S1 and S0 should be 0, 1 respectively. Memory read machine cycle is generally used for reading the operands or data from the memory. Generally the program counter contains the address of the opcode or address of the data that is to be fetched. So at the end of each machine cycle the program counter is incremented by 1. This is a point which we should keep in your mind. So at the end of memory read cycle the program counter is incremented by 1. And the memory read machine cycle requires 3 T states, and as I have said S1 signal is set to 1 and S0 is set to 0. Now let us discuss the timing diagram of memory read machine cycle. So in the timing diagram we show the condition of different pins with respect to the clock pulse. So here with respect to clock pulse we show the condition of A8 to A15, AD0 to AD7, ALE, IO/M bar, S1, S0, RD bar and WR bar. So here I will discuss only the first T state. So for the first T state the higher order byte of the address is loaded into A8 to A15, that is our address bus, and the lower order byte of the address is loaded into AD0 to AD7, and then the ALE signal goes high at the beginning of the first T state. It confirms that for the first T state AD0 to AD7 will contain the address, and later on it will be available for carrying the data. And after that IO/M bar will be low or it will be equals to 0 because it is a memory operation. So that is why IO/M bar is 0 throughout, and S1 is equals to 1 and S0 is equals to 0. The condition of these 3 signals will remain same for all the T states, and then ALE goes low at the end of the first T state, and here the lower address bits are expected to be latched by this time. Now let us discuss the T2 and T3 state of memory read machine cycle. So in T2 the RD bar goes low, that means here the microprocessor will read the data from the specified address. So here when RD bar is 0 the microprocessor will read the data, and the data bit is stored or the database bit are loaded into the data bus, that is AD0 to AD7, and this time gap is known as access time. This access time means it is the time required by the microprocessor to read the data from the specified memory location. So the data is loaded into the data bus in the second T state and it exists on the data bus until the third T state up to here. Okay, and by the end of third T state, RD bar goes high and it indicates the end of the read operation. And here the condition of WR bar will be 1. It will be equals to 1 because we are performing read operation, not write operation. Okay. So this is the complete timing diagram of memory read machine cycle. Now we will discuss memory write machine cycle. So here the contents are written into the memory location or stack during this machine cycle. And again here also the machine cycle spans over 3 T states. But in case of memory write, the program counter is not incremented. So now let us see the timing diagram of memory write machine cycle. So as I have told, it requires 3 T states, and in the first T state, the higher order byte will be loaded into, the higher order byte of the address will be loaded into 8 till to A15, that is your address bus, and the lower order byte of the address will be loaded into AD0 to AD7. And here in the first T state, when ALE is 1, it confirms that the address data bus contains the address for the first T state, and later on it will be available for carrying the data bit. And then as defined, IO/M bar is 0 because it is a memory operation, and S1 will be 0 because we are performing write, and S0 will be 1. And as we are performing write operation, so RD bar will be 1 throughout. RD bar will be 1 for the all 3 T states. And then here ALE will go low at the end of the first T state, and here the lower address bits are expected to be latched by this time. Now let us discuss the second and third T state of memory write machine cycle. So in the second T state, the WR bar will go low. So here the data will be written, here the data to be written will be loaded on the data bus at the beginning of the second T state and exist on this data bus until the third T state, when the data is transferred from the data bus to the memory location. So by the end of the third T state, the WR bar will go high. It indicates the end of the write operation, and thus the memory write machine cycle will come to an end. So with this we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching it. In case you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section, and for more videos please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching my video.